Hello, YouTube, and welcome to our Walmart Wednesday show. We took a much needed break during Q4. All of you were too busy to watch it anyway, I'm sure, because you were all busy too. But we are back and we are going to have this as our new time. Every other Wednesday will be our Walmart Wednesday show, and the in between Wednesdays will be eBay. And then my new Showtime with Lucy for Amazon is Sundays at 4 o'clock Pacific time. Anyway, welcome. And I'm glad to have you guys back and doing this show. I wanted to start off by asking anybody who is watching, whether on the replay or live. I know it's going to take some time to get new live viewership since we're starting over and at a new time, to go ahead and ask your questions. If you're watching this on a replay, type your questions in the comments below and we will answer them on next Walmart Wednesday's show. For any of you watching now, if you have a question, go ahead and type it in the chat so we can address those. I know today also what is in store for you. We are going to be recapping our 2024, our goals for 2025, and Heather is going to be giving a sourcing tip on every show, or at least one of us are, but definitely Heather will. That's her stronger suit. And I think that's it for today, right? Did I leave anything out?
That's enough. Yeah, that's great.
I want to address April in the chat. Hi, April. Thanks for hanging out with us. April is our lovely friend from Hawaii. And Liz, I know Liz asked a question in the group. I think it was you, Liz, yesterday about having trouble with converting a WFS, converting merchant to WFS. And hi, Dave. I don't think I know you. Your name doesn't sound familiar. Except that last name, because it's my favorite barber clipper, The Wall. So Heather, Reno, one of you, it doesn't matter to me. Do either one of you want to share what you learned, how you grew in 2024 on Walmart?
Well, what I did, which is new, was the shipping into Walmart. So yeah, I'd never done that before. Last year was the first time I started shipping in. Made a huge difference. Makes it a lot easier to deal with things. So that's the one difference. And I'm shipping, or I'm focusing more on Walmart now than Amazon.
Yeah. And how about you, Heather? When did you start Walmart again, Heather? Was it just in 2024 or earlier?
No, I started early in 23, and in 23 and first part of 24, all I did was just kind of get rid of my Amazon stuff, the Clinique and the It Cosmetics and the stuff that, we couldn't sell anymore, or things that didn't sell for one reason or another. So just kind of my Amazon trash. And then this spring, I decided that I really wanted to take it more seriously and start sourcing for Walmart. So,
the spring of 2024.
Yes, spring of 2024. So I, had been doing only merchant fulfilled at that time and struggled with trying to get WFS going. And so I took Tracy Shelley's course, which really, really helped me with that stuff as far as getting WFS going. And then, just been working on it all year, a little bit here and there. Definitely WFS was a big difference maker for me this year. And it was so nice in Q4 because I really pushed hard getting inventory into Walmart before the end of October because we waived those. There was no peak storage fees for any of that product.
You were hustling hard before Q4 getting stuff in. I remember you doing that.
Yeah. And then I kept shipping in, through Q4, but, it was December. I was doing so much Amazon merchant fulfilled between Black Friday and Christmas for Amazon that it was really nice to just have the Walmart sales happen automatically and not have to deal with as many of those. And I did, obviously, some toy FBM on Walmart as well, but not nearly as much. So for me, I've really become a big fan of WFS and just, it's so much simpler to send in. than it is to Amazon, and the shipping costs are less, and there's no placement fees, and it all goes in one box, and it's nice. So
I have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind, Heather.
yeah.
With 2024, you taking it more seriously. 2023, getting the account, learning it. 2024, starting to take it more seriously, and it being your first big push into WFS. How would you say your sales in Q4 on Walmart versus Amazon were? Did you notice like Amazon went down some because you made up for shipping in more to Walmart? Did you find that one did better than the other? I'm just curious what your results were.
Yeah, I'm still, I don't know, it's so small compared to Amazon, right? So, I ended up like in my 30-day period, somewhere that 30-day period between Black Friday and Christmas, I did hit 5 figures. I got over 10 grand in a 30-day period. So for me, that was a big
On Walmart?
On Walmart. So that was a huge milestone. And I did, significantly more than that on Amazon. I had a nice.
Was it your normal on Amazon?
No, I did more than double what I normally did on Amazon in that.
So you more than doubled on Amazon, but on Walmart you really catapulted to do to hit the 10. Was it 10,000 you said on Walmart?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was doing it. Kind of was steadily growing over the year.
Yeah,
because I would just keep sourcing and keep building it and keep building it. And like it was when we built Amazon, right? If you start sourcing regularly, you get disciplined about, try to send a shipment in every week to WFS, or at least add inventory to your mix every week. It'll happen,
So really adding your Walmart growth on top of your Amazon growth, then you really kicked butt for 2024, I imagine.
I especially did in that, like 6-week period. Now, January is another story because I didn't source enough in December. So my inventories are low on both platforms now, but it was good. And the WFS allowed me to just focus on merchant fulfilled on Amazon so I could do both, if that makes sense.
So going into 2025, either one of you want to share what is your goals now on Walmart for 2025, taking what you've now learned in 2024?
More focus on Walmart, definitely. Ship more in, especially get ready for Q4. Even though you think about it, it's January, but you got to gear up for the next holiday. Easter's coming up and everything. It's just harder to figure out what's hot on Walmart. And once you do, then you focus on that product and send a lot of that in. So that's my goal this year, is to 50% increase on Walmart in sales. So finding those products that are replenishable, and that's hard because the numbers, April, I guess, asked what kind of software you use to determine sales velocity. And the only thing we have is the Martyr software.
We are all using Martyr. I was using Reno's Martyr until they now have to email you a little passcode to get in. So I went ahead and bit the bullet and bought my own Martyr instead of piggybacking off my buddy Reno's Martyr. So yes, we all three use Martyr to find leads for Walmart. And then I also purchased, because of, what is her name again? Shelley. What's her first name?
Tracy Shelley.
Tracy Shelley. She shared a video. It's another tool by Martyr called MOA, I believe is what it's called.
Yes.
And I haven't really used it yet. The reason why I signed up for it, and I think it still is that price, it's an addition to the Martyr software. So they're two different things. And MOA is $9.99 a month at launch. And if you lock in at that price, it's always going to be that much for you. So I thought, when these tools do these new launches, that is the cheapest they're going to be. So I went ahead and bought it. It's kind of like a tactical arbitrage in a way, is the best way I could explain it.
Yeah, it's Amazon to Walmart. Yeah, it's Amazon to Walmart right now. I know they're working on was it Best Buy and some other
A
places.
lot of stores. I think Heather knows them more than me. Do you
Yeah.
recall all the stores, Heather?
I think I saw like Kohl's and Target and stuff like that. And that's really why I bought it, is waiting for the other stores to be added. I've played with it a little.
Me too.
I honestly haven't bought anything, I don't think, from MOA results yet, but I've only played with it 2 or 3 times.
Me too. I haven't had time.
But I wanted to get locked in at that, $9.99.
Yeah. So if
whatever.
anybody is interested, I don't have an affiliate link or anything for it. We can, if one of you guys do, feel free to drop it below. If anyone thinks that you'd like to try to sign up, we probably should get one for that. But yeah, go ahead and check those out if you are interested. So Daniel, I see you have popped into the chat since I welcomed
Dan's my old friend from my partner from Connecticut.
Okay, great.
Dan, yeah.
I agree with Daniel. We do need to see Reno play the piano. So
No. Where is it? It's over there.
To answer April a little bit more on sales velocity,
Yes.
like Martyr gives us a number, but I don't know how many times I look at Martyr and it says either 3, 4, or 5 units per month is the sales velocity.
Yeah, that's the default.
Walmart just does not share the sales data, so none of the softwares are accurate. So you're really, it's all you can do is just, you've always heard go wide and not deep. You're going to go twice as wide, and half is, instead of an inch thick, you're going to go a centimeter thick.
Yeah.
So, test 2 or 3 units on something and see what happens, and then you can either ramp up from there or not. But there's no software that's going to tell you what the sales are.
So I'm thinking on our next show, I will pull up my MOA and we will show you guys what that looks like in case anybody is interested in seeing that or trying that. I can have that all pulled up. I can play with it between now and then, and we can see if we can find some good type of leads for Walmart. Would you say that you have good tips, Heather, especially given your growth? For me, for those of you watching, when I got suspended from Amazon for 5 months this last year, I got into Walmart. I got back in heavier into eBay. eBay I had always had. So I was able to transition to be heavier into Walmart and eBay. Now I have Amazon back. So, I'm doing across all the platforms, but because of a big loss of trust in Amazon, I'm still selling on Amazon, but I've changed the way I do Amazon tremendously. So I'm being a little bit more heavy into eBay and Walmart right now. I will say, for me, what I really learned as someone new into Walmart, because some of you watching are also brand new like me, learning how to do the WFS shipments is the one thing you need to learn how to do. I will tell you, converting the things in your account to WFS is a little tricky. Once you know how to do that, it takes longer than preparing an Amazon shipment in that part, to me, in the beginning. But once those items are WFS, replenishing them is quick because you've already done the conversion. I love the simplicity of being able to throw things in a box and not have to put an FNSKU label on it. There is no commingling, but you also don't have to sticker. I love that I can put everything in one box. Walmart doesn't tell me how to box it. They don't have requirements that I have to have 5 of every item, that I have to send it to this warehouse center or that warehouse center. I love, love, love that about Walmart. I love that it's cheaper than doing an FBA shipment. I will say that in the beginning, I was doing like a 50-50. I thought, with the Q4, I'm likely to sell more of these merchant fulfilled things. I gotta say, for me, being a beginner, I was having better sales and quicker sales with the things I sent into Walmart. So I would say sending it in was superior. I did more merchant fulfilling on Amazon than Walmart. And I don't like how Walmart, like if they order it today by a certain time, like that latest cutoff you could have, I think is at 11. So anything that comes in before 11 a.m., I need to ship it out that same day. So I don't like that part of merchant fulfilling. So that's my 2 cents of what I've learned and where I'm going to grow, especially with your growth, Heather. What do you have to offer with that?
Um, I am also for 2025, I at least want to probably double what I'm doing on Walmart by the end of the year, um, and just continue. So I'm really focusing on consistency of WFS shipments every week, sourcing, and just getting better at sourcing for Walmart. And I think for any of you that are starting out or a little more, uncertain of, gosh, I don't know what's going to sell on Walmart. One of the great things, when you're still selling on both platforms is source for Amazon and then look at it for Walmart too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I'm manually sourcing, I'm doing a Keepa search, I'm using TA, whatever. I'm always looking to see, is there also an opportunity on Walmart? So if I'm testing something on Walmart, my best case is I can sell it on Amazon too. So if it doesn't sell on Walmart, I've got a place to go with it, besides eBay.
Yeah.
But I think it's for me, I think it's the getting the feel. After a while, you just kind of get a feel, I think, for some of the things that'll
Right,
sell.
especially when you find that thing that's a winner, you now have a replen. I think the beauty of the tools being a little difficult to use is when you find something that sells well, everybody else isn't so easily able to find it too because the tools are not as robust as Amazon's tools. That's also the downside, is that because they're not as robust as Amazon tools, it is harder to find that winning item. We have a few more questions in the chat. Are there any issues with setting up custom bundles in Walmart with branded products?
We haven't had a problem.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So,
I've
and
created
April, go ahead, Reno.
Yeah, I've created them and we've shared them between us, and it worked great.
Yeah, I will say that my Walmart onboarding specialist, so if any of you are brand new Walmart sellers or want to sign up and haven't, in the beginning for 3 months, you get an onboarding specialist. I definitely asked mine was a lady. I definitely asked her all of these questions because that's why I was, in trouble on Amazon, was for bundling policy. So at this time, they don't have a policy like that in place. So there's not an issue with creating custom bundles on Walmart. The only time it would be is for intellectual property. For instance, you're not going to want to bundle Nike shoes with some Adidas socks, right? So you definitely want to be careful with common sense. I mean, these are things that I know that you would already know. And then April also asks, are we able to do both merchant fulfill and WFS as we do on Amazon, doing FBA and FBM at the same time? I want to expand on that because I'm assuming you also mean on a single product. So if you have a tube of toothpaste, can it be listed on Walmart for both FBA and FBM? And I'll let you answer that, Heather.
Yeah, so when you set up your listing, you initially set it up as seller fulfilled. And if you want to test it, list a couple, okay, you sell one or two, and then you want to send some more in. Once you convert it to WFS, the safest thing to do is then zero out your quantity because your listing will be seller fulfilled until your inventory reaches WFS, and then it converts 100% to WFS. And then when they run out of inventory there, it will revert to a seller fulfilled inventory unless you replenish it in time. So what can happen, let's say I only have, 5 of these chapsticks here and I send them all into WFS. I want to make sure I show zero inventory here so that I don't accidentally get a sale when these 5 sell at WFS and then I don't have it. So no, it's not like Amazon where you can have a merchant fulfilled and an FBA
of the same ASIN.
The same thing at the same time.
But you can have merchant fulfilled and WFS at the same time with different products. Maybe your toothpaste is merchant fulfilled, but your chapstick you're selling WFS. That you can do. But on one single ASIN, it's best to do one or the other only.
If you do send it in, and say you have 10 of them and you only send 5 in, you can set your inventory at 5. So then when the 5 that are in sell out, then it starts picking from what you have at home, if you want to do that. And that's a risk you take.
I do some of that. Like I've got a product that I bought a bigger amount for Amazon, and then the listing, something happened with the listing and I sold it for years, but I can't anymore. So I sent in a few to WFS, but I left inventory in my merchant fulfilled so that I could sell until it was received, because it was Q4 and it was taking a little while, and then I could sell after it sold out.
Yeah.
Well, but you just have to be careful.
Yep. Be careful. Make sure you know what you have at the house versus what you have sent in. Yeah.
I'm going to post this other question. I apologize because I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so I'm going to refer to you as MC. So MC wants to know, do you use a business account to purchase product from Amazon to sell on Walmart?
I'm doing that.
And I am too.
It's not an issue like if you were using your Amazon Prime account to purchase stuff to flip on Amazon, because these are two completely different platforms.
Yep.
So Walmart doesn't care if we shopped Amazon Prime or not. I guess we would just have to show our Amazon purchase order should an issue come up pertaining to Authentic, right?
If I'm doing an A to W flip, I'm trying to use my non-Prime business account only for the reason that if I also wanted to sell that product on Amazon, I could without violating terms of service on the Prime, because I don't want to keep that, I just got to keep it straight. So it's fine. And I've definitely been playing with some Amazon to Walmart flips. Like if you're looking like an A to A flip, if you're someone that does that, just take those same products and look at Walmart at the same time and see if they can flip there.
Yeah, you just got to be cautious with it, especially buying from Amazon. Just make sure you don't sell it back on Amazon if you business account or Prime.
Yeah. I want to share a story I shared with Reno and Heather before we hopped on this call. I'm assuming this is rare what happened to me, but I want to throw it out there. Maybe it'll happen to one of you one of these days. Maybe it has happened to you, and you can tell me what the outcome was. But yesterday on Walmart, a customer messaged me and they asked me, where's my item? Not an unusual question, right? We all get these on eBay, Amazon. So I went looking. It had their purchase order number and it said the item they bought. Well, the item they bought was this LOL doll, and it was an LOL doll I only had one of. So I just went looking in my solds, found the LOL doll. I see it was delivered, a picture of the package on the porch and everything. But something jumped out at me. The person who bought it, that it was shipped to their house, was a woman's name. The person messaging was a man's name. So that made me copy and paste their order number into my orders to find it, because I'm like, wait a second. Was that their order, but he maybe had it shipped to a female? I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure I was 100% accurate before I answered him. Sure enough, this order number was nowhere in my account. This person did not order from me. There was no order showing up under his order number. So I wrote him back and I said, I have searched for your order number, and are you sure you purchased this from me? If any of you have ever had sales like this on Amazon, because I'm still active on the listing, customers sometimes will just click your store and message you assuming you sold it to them. So I thought maybe it was a situation like this. Well, now today, when I go into Walmart to fulfill my merchant fulfilled orders, guess whose order pops up in there? This guy's order. It was that doll, a doll I only had one of, that I already sold to someone else. It showed purchase date was December the 26th and the ship by date being today. When I go into my Walmart account every day, his order has never been in there, ever. And I have orders every day that I'm fulfilling out of Walmart. His order's never there. So this is clearly a Walmart glitch. I did nothing wrong. So Heather thinks that possibly she reached out to Walmart and is like, where is this item? And so now Walmart is populating it into my orders, which is miraculous that they did that, because I only ever had one in stock and I had sold it. What's really interesting also is this guy's order date is the date before the other order that I shipped out. His shows order date December 26th. The other lady's date was, the other lady's date was the day after that. So now I get to open up a case in Walmart and see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You've got to contact them and just work with the Walmart on that one. That's a glitch they've done, and
absolutely,
it's happened to me where they'll what's it called? They just go on the listing, like you said, on Amazon. They see your name. Oh, you sold it. No, you bought it from someone else.
Yeah, that's usually the case. But
Yeah.
But then I thought later too, I'm thinking, well, he could have reached me from that listing because I'm no longer active on it. I had only had the one and I sold it out. So I'm like, something is off here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
so
strange.
Amazon has never made an error like that. But I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody.
Yeah.
I was going to search, good grief. I need to turn my phone on. All of a sudden, I'm very popular.
Everybody wants to talk to Tina.
So yeah, very, very interesting. And not in an interesting in a good way.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Well, definitely the Walmart platform is very glitchy, right? So there's all kinds of things that can happen, and it's not all sunshine and roses over there. So, there's things that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Amazon Wild Wild West back then.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to let you dive in whenever you're ready, Heather, to share your Walmart Wednesday sourcing tip.
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to start. I'll do a little something every week. So if there's something you want to see in future weeks, put it in the comments, and I'd be happy to do that. So I'm going to share.
Yeah, so Heather is growing and doing really well on Walmart. So definitely stay tuned to watch our bi-weekly Walmart show. Tell me when you're ready for me to add the computer,
I'm ready.
you to the stage, because she can really give some valuable insight, and it'll be very helpful for all of us.
Yeah. So I hear people talk a lot about, going into Walmart and doing, going to the clearance aisle and doing Walmart to Walmart flips, which I do as well. But I also have gotten in the habit of just getting online and trying to do some flips that way as well. So one of the things I would like to do is just go into savings and find the clearance on Walmart. And then I'm going to go down to a category, and let's just say it's toys. And then I'm going to filter out for this. Even though you probably could buy from a third-party seller and sell on Walmart, I choose not to. So I'm just going to pick Walmart as the retailer. So I make sure that I'm buying, authentic goods from Walmart, and then I let that filter out. And then it's not a ton of items. This is only a couple hundred, I think. And then I go through and I kind of use Martyr to see things that might be interesting. And what I'm looking for is, I want to see things that have a good number of reviews, and then I want to see things with a big discount. So I'm just going to click. So this is normally $49.99 and it's down to $19. So and it's tagged as a bestseller. So looking for bestsellers are good to see. So when we talk about, what's the sales velocity, we don't know, but there are indicators to us between number of ratings, if there's badges on something, a bestseller badge, and if we can see movement in sellers. So, if I were to look at Martyr, so Martyr pops up automatically, and we can see this, and we see that there's only one seller right now. So it's just Walmart on this. One thing I don't like is they've got 4,500 in stock. So they're going to put a lot of this clearance inventory out there for potential third-party buyers to buy. But there are 25 verified reviews in the last month. So it's selling a lot. So that's a positive. Currently, so the review count at the top is everything, but different third-party sellers can reviews can be imported into Walmart still. So a review on Walmart in and of itself doesn't mean that it's sold on Walmart. So these verified reviews in Martyr are helpful to look at. So then I would want to see, okay, if I could sell it at this $49.99, would it be profitable? And we can see with Martyr that it would be, right? We would make $14, let's say, on this. And their estimated sales are $2,400 a month. So this is one that, Martyr does show a really strong sales estimate based on reviews. So then I might also look at, okay, what's the selling price been on this? It says discounted from $49.99, but I'm going to look at this for a year, and I really see this price history has only been at a high of like 25, maybe, if Martyr is accurate, right? So, you could buy a couple of these in test. I would be
because at that sales velocity, they would sell out in like 2 months.
Yeah, maybe so. So if you want to buy and hold, I think you could test this. I want more instant gratification, so I may or may not buy this, but it's certainly something that absolutely sells on Walmart. And it could be good that there's no other sellers, right? Maybe you're the one that finds this, or however many of us, 10 or 15 of us that are on this call right now. But so this one is one that you could buy. So that's how I would look at that one. And I just go through, and usually each day I find a couple things at least that I can buy, and you can expand into different categories. So here's one.
Essentially, like to go through items that are on sale.
That's what I've been doing right now. I think we can expand into things that aren't on sale for Walmart Flips, but for the exercise today, this is just how I look at the online clearance. If you're doing RA clearance with Walmart to Walmart Flips, try adding in the OA a little bit too. This one's really discounted as well. And if we go down, we see it was priced pretty high, in Q4. So, and then it dropped down quite a bit. Walmart has 696 in stock. Okay, they'll probably sell out. There are 1 million sellers on this listing.
That's packed.
Yeah.
So I'm not going anywhere near this, right?
If you get it for $1, you'll be sitting on it. Yeah, no, that's true.
And look at all of these WFS. So there's probably a lot of people that sent these in Q4.
Yeah.
And they're still sitting there.
That name down there cracks me up. Pookie Toys. I don't know why their name is funny.
Yeah. So this is one, even though it looks profitable. So this is one of the reasons I would suggest using a tool like Martyr instead of just your Walmart app. Because on Walmart, you may see the seller count, but it's going to look profitable to you, and you're going to go, ooh, this is probably a really good thing. But when you really get in there and look, and you can see how many WFS sellers there are, there's a lot of stock in WFS third party. So This is going to be hard. It'll be a long road.
Yeah. Seller fulfilled is, you can lie. You can say you have 100, and yet you only have 1. But the Walmart fulfill is legit.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
What a toy.
Yeah. This is the basic process I use. Another thing I would say, so here's one. Here's a Star Wars thing, and it's pretty cheap, like $6.49. So Star Wars is a brand that is gated on Walmart. So, look for opportunities where you can find something cheap, even maybe if you think it isn't a tremendous seller. You don't necessarily have to buy 10 or 50 or 100 like you do on Amazon. You could buy just a few and submit.
You said Star Wars is gated or ungated on Walmart? Gated on Walmart. And can anybody get ungated with an invoice, or is it a hard no for everybody?
I think you can get ungated. I know people that are selling Star Wars. I'm still gated, so I need to get ungated. But so here's one that it's discounted quite a bit, and there are some sellers, but it's not crazy like the other one. This is one you could buy a few just to get ungated, and if it sells, it sells, and if it doesn't, it's not that big of an expense just for ungating.
With ungating on Walmart, it's a little bit of a sidetrack from what you're sharing with us. Do we have to buy 10 items to get ungated like we do on Amazon, or just one?
I would say buy a few, But
they don't have it. They don't have a hard line saying that it must be 5 or okay.
No. So, and especially right after Q4, you've probably got receipts already from stuff you sold on Amazon. So take that and submit it on Walmart and see, what you can get ungated in. So, but that's the basic process. Just kind of using Martyr and going back and forth. And then I really like Martyr as a Chrome extension for OA support, no matter what site I'm sourcing from. And just looking at not only the estimated sales, which is probably one of my least valued data points, but really the price history, the number of sellers, and the verified reviews. Am I missing anything there, Reno, that you?
No. Well, no, though, that's it. And then what the new feature they have is the WFS cost. If you click on the blue, yeah, right there. If you don't have a amount in WFS and you just wonder how much they're going to charge, you can put in, if you go ahead and click on the blue.
I did. Oh, I got to share.
Yeah, you went to a different screen.
Um,
I mean, yeah, it directs you to the specific site that allows you to put in the weights, the dimensions, and then it'll tell you exactly what WFS fees will be, what amount they will be at, instead of you just guessing, oh, well, it's going to be $4 or $5 for them. Is it profitable? Yes, no, maybe,
Can you share that, Tina?
Yeah.
Let me share again. Okay. So yeah, this pops up and you can put in dimensions and you can say it's 2 pounds.
This is what pops up when we click on that WFS, the blue link that Reno pointed out.
Yeah. Flash Pressure is joined with Martyr. Matter of fact, we hopefully in the future we'll bring the one of the directors of Flash Pressure on.
Yep. And then it'll tell us, if you put in the dimensions and the weight, our fees would be $5.45 on this item. Clothing, if you are a clothing seller, then there's an additional 50-cent fee. If it has a chemical, aerosol, pesticide, or battery, there's a 50-cent fee. And one thing, if it's under $10, you get an extra $1 there. So be careful if you're selling things that are less than $10.
Yeah, I like that tool there. It's simple. It doesn't take long. That definitely is helpful. So Heather, when you are using Martyr and today you're like, I'm just going to do a little bit of online arbitrage. I'm going to stick to toys that are on sale. How long do you spend sourcing? Do you give yourself like a time limit? I'm going to do this just for an hour. Or for you, is it like, I'm going to do this until I find 10 things? Like, do you have a routine?
I wish I was more disciplined and had a routine, Tina, so I could tell lies and make something up. But honestly, it just depends on the day and how I'm sourcing.
And what mood you're in, or
Yes, and what I have on my schedule for the day. So
a lot of us are like that, but some people are very like disciplined. I'm disciplined, sort of. Like definitely today is Wednesday. It's my Walmart Wednesday. If I'm going to do anything, it's just going to be Walmart related. It may not be exactly the same. Maybe I've already shipped out everything I had to ship, so I may spend a lot more time trying to find items to sell. Maybe I just have so much to ship, all I'm going to do is ship. Maybe a day like today, it's balanced. I have time to source and to do a shipment. So I wouldn't say that I have like this laid out plan, but the day is dedicated to something. So Wednesdays are dedicated to Walmart. I have to group things together I get more done because my brain can be focused on a topic like Walmart. If I'm mixing everything together on one day, trying to do errands, trying to do paperwork, trying to source for Walmart, my brain spins. It's too much. I have to keep things grouped together, like items together. I find I get more done.
What's nice though with an MOA is you can do it at home at night on your laptop, and that's when I do it. And sitting there, I can start searching, and you can get everything else done during the day. And then at night, when you're sitting there, it's so much easier.
When you're just home, relaxing, watching TV, that's when you kind of do your research.
Yep, all the time. And it's just, you can find so much more when you're not stressed because you can get everything packed and shipped out, and you're doing the fulfillment, if you're sending into Amazon. Amazon alone is just a project.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I like sourcing on the couch at night too, watching TV.
We're relaxed.
First thing in the morning, I get up and make coffee, and I like to source then as well.
April asks, can one of you please direct me to where I can educate myself on the basics and how to set up my Walmart account? I am curious, April, if you're already approved for your Walmart account. What we will assume you are, and do you want to answer this question?
Yeah, I would say, start with like on the Walmart Seller Central. They have some decent videos there. So start with those. the only course I really know of to date is Tracy Shelley's. She runs it's like WOW, Wow, Winning on Walmart. That's a good Facebook group to join, and it's a very great place for a lot of newbie questions, and you can search questions that have been asked. And then Sarah Ray has one, is the Walmart Seller Network. Is that her Facebook group?
Yeah, I think those are the only two that I know of. Mhm.
Those are the two that I'm in the most for Walmart.
Yeah.
But just dig in there and start learning. But yeah, Tracy's really got the course, and I think she offers some other things. And I think she's getting ready to update that course. But
Yeah.
you can learn a lot from those Facebook groups for free.
And you'll learn a lot from us.
Yeah, and I can make a recommendation. There's someone that's in our group here that has a Fiverr, or there's two of them actually, and one that's an expert in Walmart. And you can contact her and have her work for you. That would be Heather.
Yeah.
So-
Heather, I didn't know if it was set up, which is why I didn't say anything.
Oh, I know. I didn't know either, but I says I'm going to throw it out because by the time someone sees it, you might have it set up.
That's right. So Heather is setting up a Fiverr to give people one-on-one coaching and help for Walmart. I can tell she's wonderful to work with. She has helped Reno and myself learn how to do a WFS. Also, our friend Nicole and Casey. I would have never figured it out if it wasn't for Heather. She's calm, she's patient. So keep that in mind. And next week we can share a link to her Fiverr if anyone feels you need one-on-one help. MC asks, is it safe to do OA for vitamin supplements on Walmart?
Yeah, I've sold some vitamin supplements. I don't know if Heather has.
Yeah, I don't think there's any restrictions on vitamins that I know of.
I think I've sold some. There's a lot of third-party sellers on vitamins and supplements on Walmart. So will that change someday? Who knows? But I think for now, go for it.
Yeah.
If you can list it, like with anything, if you're going to source it, try to list it on Walmart, make sure it publishes, and then you're good to go. If you get the red error, then,
Then that's it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, April, I can get you put in touch with Heather.
yeah, I'll figure that out.
I'm friends with her on Facebook and Messenger, so it'll be quick for me to find her and throw those details to Heather. And Michelle says, Heather is the best.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole, it's not too bad, like setting up your seller fulfilled listings. Like you can get going with that pretty easy. Where I really hit a wall was, okay, how do I convert this stuff to WFS? That's really the hard part. And it's not as easy as I can just give you a quick 3-minute answer.
No.
No.
There's quite a bit to that. And it takes a good amount of time. So that's kind of why I'm going to Fiverr, because, it's just a lot.
It is a lot. And I wrote down step by step how to do it when we had our call. I wrote the steps down a little bit too fast. So when I went back in there, I was able to figure it out, but I definitely have considered writing down like the cheat sheet step by step. It could be a really nice SOP if you have people who pack and prep for you. I know Casey, who we work with, has a teenager that helps her. And, having those steps for employees or packers can be very helpful too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then once you get on a roll, though, once it starts to roll, then they get all approved and it's approved. You just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this approved. I'm going to get this approved. And then there's days where nothing works. So, yeah, it's a flip of a coin sometimes.
Yeah. Very cool. So next Wednesday here, will be Nicole and I discussing eBay and things on the eBay topic. So if you guys are interested, next Wednesday we alternate Walmart and eBay. Join us for eBay goings. And next week we will show a little bit on the MOA for Martyr on our next Walmart show. And I can't think of what else I was going to talk about the next, but you'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
All right,
everybody for joining today. Don't forget to give us a like in the thing.
Thumbs up. Yep.
Thumbs up if you liked us. Yeah.
You
So,
can thumbs up if you like us, if you really, really like us. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And just keep in mind that it's every other Wednesday that we'll do our Walmart Wednesday. So if you're only interested in that, make sure you mark your calendars. And thank you for hanging out with us all. We really do appreciate you. We appreciate you in the chat. It makes the show a lot more enjoyable, and it allows us to answer the questions that you really need answered. So with that, we will end our show. And thank you all so much for hanging out with us.
thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.